As a reporter who has followed talent show phenomena for more than a decade, I can say with certainty that very few contestants have shaken the global stage as violently and as instantly as Courtney Hadwin did when she first walked onto the America's Got Talent stage in 2018. She stepped out as a nervous, awkward 14-year-old who seemed almost swallowed by the size of the theater, her voice trembling as she answered the judges' questions. But seconds later, viewers witnessed one of the most shocking transformations ever aired on television. The music began and Courtney morphed from a shy schoolgirl into a full-blown rock powerhouse with raw grit and wild stage energy that stunned the entire room. Her golden buzzer moment launched her into overnight stardom, pushing her into international headlines within hours. But as millions celebrated the rise of a new Janis Joplin, a quieter, more complicated reality was unfolding behind the scenes. One in which a very young girl suddenly found herself trapped inside a whirlwind far larger and far more demanding than anything she had ever prepared for. The moment Courtney went viral, the entertainment machine activated with relentless speed. Before she could even fully understand what was happening, managers, labels, talent agents, PR strategists, and international media outlets began circling around her like vultures eager to secure the next big sensation. It's a pattern I've seen repeatedly in this industry. Once an unexpected star blows up, the system moves aggressively, rarely considering whether the artist is ready. But in Courtney's case, the mismatch was dramatic. Here was a young, introverted girl suddenly forced to navigate conference rooms, contract negotiations, business expectations, and media schedules that would overwhelm even seasoned adult performers. While fans assumed she was preparing for a bright future, insiders knew the pressure was piling up at a dangerous rate. She was urged to produce music quickly, to capitalize on momentum, to fit into a commercial mold she never asked for, and to maintain the explosive stage persona that the world fell in love with. It was an impossible demand for someone who had only just discovered her voice. And behind the scenes, cracks were forming, cracks that the public didn't notice until much later. From the moment Courtney began performing, the world latched on to a specific version of her, the wild, electrifying, unpredictable rocker who seemed possessed by musical spirit every time she touched a microphone. But that version of Courtney existed almost exclusively on stage. Offstage, she was quiet, introverted, gentle, and extremely private, traits that do not align well with the relentless fan culture and media attention that come with overnight fame. As reporters, we frequently observe this duality in artists, but with Courtney, it was more extreme. Fans demanded constant engagement. The industry demanded consistency in her rock persona, and social media demanded a version of her that she could not sustain. This constant tug-of-war created a deep internal struggle. She no longer knew whether she was performing for herself or performing to meet expectations crafted by strangers. The psychological toll of being idolized for a persona rather than appreciated for her authentic self became a burden too heavy for someone still discovering who she was. And as the gap between Courtney the artist and Courtney the child widened, the pressure pushed her toward emotional exhaustion. Behind the viral videos and thunderous applause was an uglier side of the internet. While Courtney received millions of supportive comments, she also became the target of cruel scrutiny and online bullying. As journalists monitoring public reaction, we witnessed hundreds of threads dissecting her behavior, mocking her movements, and questioning everything from her voice to her mental health. The internet can be merciless, and for a young teenager still growing emotionally, these words cut deeper than fans knew. Several insiders shared that Courtney would become anxious before checking social media, fearing another wave of hurtful comments. It wasn't just criticism about her performances, it was personal attacks on her appearance, mannerisms, and identity. The emotional weight of this toxicity grew heavier with time, creating invisible wounds that are rarely acknowledged in entertainment coverage. While the world celebrated her talent, Courtney quietly struggled with the darker consequences of fame, battling feelings of self-doubt and anxiety that would eventually influence her decision to step away from the spotlight. When America's Got Talent season ended, the cameras shut off and the applause faded, Courtney faced something far more difficult than performing under pressure. She faced silence. Most viewers only see the glamour of talent shows, not the emotional crash that follows when the structured environment disappears. For months, Courtney had lived in a fast-paced world of rehearsals, performances, interviews, and adrenaline. But when the show ended, she was suddenly left with no roadmap, no schedule, and no clear understanding of what came next. As reporters observed her post-AGT journey, it became clear that she began withdrawing from public view. She appeared less on social media, rarely shared updates, and slowly faded from the entertainment conversation. This wasn't a sign of laziness or lack of passion, it was the quiet result of burnout and emotional fatigue. Many young stars struggled during this transitional period, but in Courtney's case, the isolation was especially damaging, intensifying her feelings of confusion and pushing her further away from the career the public believed she would dominate. Behind the scenes, sources close to the industry revealed that Courtney faced significant creative conflict during her early music development. Labels and managers had a clear vision of what they believed would sell, a polished, commercialized version of the wild rock girl persona that had gone viral. But Courtney's artistic instincts moved in another direction. She wanted authenticity, raw vocals, meaningful storytelling, and music that reflected her roots in rock, soul, and blues. This artistic mismatch created ongoing tensions. As journalists familiar with label artist conflicts, we know how damaging this can be. Young artists often become trapped between corporate expectations and their own identity. In Courtney's case, the demands to create radio-friendly hits, to release music quickly, and to follow industry formulas left her feeling creatively suffocated. Several insiders claim she felt increasingly disconnected from the music she was being pushed to make. Over time, this loss of creative control became one of the strongest factors driving her toward the decision to step back from the industry entirely. The decision to step away from music was not impulsive. It was the result of years of accumulated pressure. Courtney reached a point where continuing meant sacrificing her mental and emotional well-being. From a journalistic perspective, this marks one of the rare moments where an artist chooses self-preservation over fame, a choice that should be respected rather than criticized. Reports from individuals close to her state that Courtney began prioritizing her mental health, recognizing that she could not thrive in an environment that constantly demanded more than she could sustainably give. This transition wasn't dramatic or publicized. It was quiet, intentional, and necessary. The world saw her disappearance as sudden, but behind the scenes, it was a carefully considered step taken to protect herself from a system that had shown little regard for her emotional limits. During her time away, Courtney didn't abandon music, she rediscovered it. Without deadlines, commercial expectations, or industry pressure, she began writing again, exploring new sounds, and reconnecting with the joy of creating art purely for herself. According to those close to her, she produced some of the most authentic and mature work of her life during this private period. She no longer felt the need to perform a version of herself crafted by others. Instead, she was free to experiment, free to heal, and free to grow at her own pace. From a reporter's standpoint, this kind of artistic rebirth is not unusual among musicians who step back from the spotlight. But in Courtney's case, it was a crucial step in reclaiming her identity. Her break wasn't a retreat, it was a reset. Despite her absence, Courtney's loyal fan base never abandoned her. They continued to share her old performances, defend her against negativity, and wait patiently for any sign of her return. Many artists lose relevance when they step away, but Courtney's supporters remained unusually devoted. Monitoring online communities, we observed countless moments where fans encouraged each other to give her space, understanding the emotional strain she had endured. This rare level of empathetic fandom helped keep her legacy alive, even during years of silence. For Courtney, this unwavering support became a source of comfort and motivation, a reminder that her impact didn't disappear just because she stepped away from the public eye. Today, Courtney Hadwin may not be dominating charts or touring stadiums, but her story is far from over. Insiders believe she continues to write, experiment, and evolve as an artist behind closed doors. Her absence is not a disappearance, it is preparation. And when she returns, she is expected to come back not as a product shaped by industry pressure, but as the authentic musician she always wanted to be. From a journalist's viewpoint, her journey is not a cautionary tale. It is a reminder that not all talent is meant to be consumed at high speed. Sometimes brilliance requires protection, patience, and time. Courtney didn't quit music, she stepped back to save herself. And when the world finally hears her again, it will be on her own terms, in her own voice, without the shadows that once tried to reshape her. Her comeback, when it arrives, may be quieter than her viral debut, but it will be far more powerful.